to get somewhat glitchy, we're going to be passing it off to SaberaMesia for the Axiom Verge, any %, no major glitches run. So Sabera, whenever you're ready, please take it away.
Hi everyone, I'm Sabera. Today I'm going to be running Axiom Verge, any %, no major glitches, as mentioned. Before we get started, I do want to tell you all, I'm going to be playing a little bit of a donation game with this run today. See, the save points in this game are big eggs. I love eggs, you love eggs, they're brain food. So every time we see a big egg, my commentators and I are going to count off. And at the end of the run, I'm going to donate $5 for every big egg that we see. Now, we see more of them if I die, or take safety saves. But I'd love for chat to play along with us and count in chat as we see these big eggs. With me today on commentary, I have Orloth. Orloth, do you want to say? Yep.
Hello.
And Willow.
Hello.
Also from the Axiom Verge speedrunning community, both experienced runners of this game. We're all particularly kind of best at the 100% category, but here we are doing any %. Oop, that is not speedrun, that is randomizer. We're not doing rando today. So we're gonna go ahead and get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1. Right off the bat, we have one big egg. Now, if we see the same big egg twice, we're going to count it again every time we see one. Doesn't matter if it's the same one we've already seen. So we're going to start off just going left here and picking up a gun. Because when you accidentally transport yourself to a strange alien world using theoretical physics, that you don't tend to have a gun with you. 2. And now we're going to do the Brinstar climb. Willow, Orloth, take it away for a little bit while I do this.
Yeah, Orloth, you want to start us off?
Oh, I'm just kind of marveling that this game isn't Axiom Verge 2 right now. That is yep, she's doing the Brinstar climb. This is the only room really that resembles this sort of platforming, and it's right up front, and it's a huge reset point, and Sabera did an excellent job. So,
that's true. I didn't catch. Did she get the drive-by snailing?
I didn't see, but she also got 2 forward boosts in this room here, which is very good as well, and the swag jump.
And the swag jump. Excellent.
So that was actually a very competent Brinstar climb overall, I will say, of myself. Ooh.
That was really clean. Like, everything here hits like a truck, and there were so many like minor bits of movement tech, like
3.
A coyote jump. Also, 3.
We've seen
so many bits of like minor movement tech and like coyote jumps to go clear the beehive real quick, or the second beehive, without getting hit, so that you had enough health to face tank the rest of that room. It was just very clean.
So now we have Nova, which is this weird little ball of death. Fun fact, Nova is theoretically the highest DPS weapon in the game. We use it for almost nothing in this run. It is one of 3 weapons that we pick up, and it's basically here for us to hit switches. Just like that. We'll see it a couple more times, but that's pretty much what you see Nova for, despite its possible high DPS potential, because it's incredibly hard to use, and the second best weapon is not that much worse. Welcome to the first boss, Zeter. I'm going to put a lot of bullets into his body and make him move in very particular ways by positioning myself here-ish and dodging some bullets. And yeah, we're basically gonna we're gonna jump around and dance around and jump around, and then Zeter is going to explode.
A common theme with all of the bosses in this game is that they are 100% manipulatable.
Yes.
The AI is pretty simple, and they have simple patterns.
Basically, the only exception to this are like the last 2 bosses that we actually encounter, Sentinel and Athetos. Like, they're technically manipulatable, but like mostly we just let them do their thing.
Yeah, Athetos' drone patterns can be very difficult to manipulate. I believe the task does it with some remarkable fluidity. The quick 6-minute randomizer run that we did as a release trailer for the randomizer beta in task format actually could only damage via grapple and didn't have
Oh
any
my
power
God.
nodes. So that was like a 5.5 minute long.
Yeah, so there's a randomizer for this game, by the way, thanks to the hard work of Willow and several other developers in the community who Tom Happ graciously let have the source code to this game under NDA so that they could make an official version of the unofficial randomizer that existed. And it's a lot of fun and you should play it.
It is currently
as
in
of-
the beta category on Steam.
No, it is not.
Or it is not anymore.
Nope. As of today, it is in the stable release. So on Steam and
Oh.
Epic Games, whenever you go download Axiom Verge, randomizer will be in your main menu.
Hooray! Congratulations!
So announcement.
Coming to consoles soon, TM. Working with Nintendo is a long, long bureaucratic process.
I mean, you know, corporations be like that sometimes. So we have exited the first area, Arabu. We got this laser drill, this fancy laser drill for beating Zetter that lets us bust through blocks. It actually also does damage to things, a property that we will be making extensive use of throughout the run. Ooh, that was a little bit silly. We are actually going to be combining it with the third weapon that we pick up in this run, the third and final weapon that we pick up in this run, which is here in this room along with our giant robot friend Elsinova, Kilver.
Tell Elsinova she's beautiful. Give her a kiss on the way past. Kiss.
Oh, gorgeous
you.
chin jump. That is way harder than
Yeah,
it
that
looks.
jump is nearly impossible, and the fact that I got it in a live marathon run is ridiculous, and I thank you everyone for being here to see that.
But you were saying.
So we have all these catacombs underneath here. Something about the plot of the game and like a mass die-off of people. So there's lots of skeletons in the basement. You know, Sudrans don't really have closets. I mean, you know, they are not prejudiced against, you know, gay people and trans people. So there's no purpose
That we
of it. This is my headcanon. Let me have it. That's why they have no closets and they have to store all their skeletons in the basement, okay? That's So here we have the second boss, Talal. It's a little bit of a stretch to say that we manipulate Talal. Mostly we damage boost behind him and then shove a bunch of bullets into his cauliflower. You know, I don't know. If somebody damages my cauliflower, I don't die, but I'm also not a gigantic tank. So, you know, what do I know? So that's Tell-All. Now you may notice that we only have a third of our health bar left. This is fine. And when I say this is fine, I mean this is actually fine because we're going to get a full health refill in the not too distant future. But first we're going to pick up... Ooh, what's this?
Address Disruptor 1.
Address Disruptor 1.
Look at that.
Does that mean that there's a
So
Address
this
now we're going
Disruptor
to go-
2?
I hear that the sequel has a subtitle and that was a plot point or something, but...
All right, inside jokes.
Oh, look at that. You got first bubble. Not even for 75% off. You got it for free.
So those floating bubbles are on a very strict pattern. So if you don't catch the first possible bubble, it costs you about 5 seconds in that room waiting for the next one to come by. And that is just, that's no fun at all. So we try very hard to catch first bubble. My assertion is that first bubble is free. Orloth disagrees. I think that that's fair. I think we have a very healthy and vigorous difference of opinion there. Welcome to Squid Room. I'm going to be doing what I call a YOLO Squid Room. And that was the YOLO Squid Room.
Oh my God.
Everything in this area,
so
in this
stressed.
green section, does tons of damage. So I'm trying to be very careful to avoid everything. And yes,
And then good satellites.
thank you.
And then you get the duck. You got the duck.
You know, this is the easy game, right? Like, this isn't that.
Yeah, easy game. Nothing here hits like a truck. This definitely isn't impossible in hard mode, right?
Yeah, no, it's totally no. In hard mode, it's impossible, unless you have major glitches, and then it's free. So we're coming up on the third area of the game, Z. Z has a room called YOLO Room, and I'm going to be doing a strat there called Jump Rope Dragon Slayer. Just so you know, I just wanted you to know the name of it before we lose the chance to tell you.
We have about a dozen different strategies for YOLO
Yes,
Room. It's very preference based.
Yes.
It's called YOLO room because you pretty much just kind of have to go for it. Like, everybody does it their own different
by the
way.
way,
The
4?
theoretically most efficient way is only gone for by
4?
one person. Also 4.
No, we're not playing golf. Yes,
Golf joke here.
Ooh, tripped by the roller.
Ooh.
That was.
Okay, so now we're gonna have less health for
That's
YOLO
gonna be
room.
fine.
Bit scary.
We have enough health for YOLO room.
It's fine.
Worst,
As long as we're not doing anthill, which
worst
we're
case
not.
scenario.
It's
We're
okay.
just gonna take
Worst
secret
case
tunnel.
scenario, I will do the slowest possible safety for YOLO.
Yeah, there is a strat for that previous room where you basically face tank everything you can locate on the way up. It saves, I want to say, a little bit under a second overdoing what Sabera just did. Super not worth it, but like most people go for it.
And here we come.
Okay.
And
That
very
was,
nice.
That was very intentional. I was
That
taking
was-
that safety health on purpose, so don't.
Yeah, the spiders in there basically deal very, very little damage, if any. Everything else, however,
everything
deals
else
an
there.
absolute ton.
5.
5.
Really quickly, the speedrun mode of this game has a fixed seed for RNG, and very few enemies draw on the RNG frequently enough to make that not predictable. Those squiggles in that room are one of those
Yes,
enemies.
that is true. That is one of 2 things that use something different than the default random number generator. The other one being the second to last boss that we bother fighting. I shouldn't have taken a hit there. I disagree with that, but that's fine. Welcome to Mission Impossible.
This is
Mission.
because
Yes,
there are lasers.
and Tom Cruise.
And Tom
I
Cruise.
shouldn't have taken a hit there either. I super disagree with that. It's fine. Everything's fine. We have plenty of health, which is the main thing that we're worried about. But here we are. So this is Juicy Room. Yes, we have names for several rooms in this game. It's not like Super Metroid levels
Most of them.
of naming for rooms, but it is. There are.
It's getting there. What with the
Oh, gosh.
randomizer?
I forgot about randomizer.
There are so many new names for rooms. I don't know.
Okay. And now we have Wi-Fi. So we can connect to the internet from pretty much wherever. And on Sudra, how high you can jump is determined by how good your signal is. This also functions as a high jump power for us.
That is canon,
Yes.
by the way.
Yeah, it's not tremendously far off from the truth.
Do I have a
Yes.
second for an
You do.
announcement?
Yes.
We broke 60K.
Hey!
Woo! We have cracked the $60,000 mark. We have a couple of really great donations, so just let me know if I ever have time. But I wanted to let everyone know that we've cracked 60K.
I'm going to take a small safety on the way down here to just account for the fact that I had a little bit of a bad juicy exit. So this is about how much health I would normally have coming out of Mission Impossible 2. We're basically just making kind of a long run for the next boss. So actually now is a really good time to read donations if you've got them.
Oh, I got them. I have a $75 donation from Zanuck saying, I always love seeing my favorite games thoroughly demolished in speedruns until hardly a trace is left. Best of luck on the run, Sabera. Oh, and I vote to hack the animals. I have a $25 donation from Railcoon saying I have a $25 donation from Railcoon that says I have a $25 donation from Railcoon with no comment. Stair game, rise up.
So, wow. Yes, to understand recursion, you must first understand recursion. Hilarity ensues, but only once you reach the base case. Welcome to our third boss of the run, Uruku. Uruku has a lot of weaponry, but like Talal, cannot turn around. So we're basically just going to hang out here in this little safe spot and pelt him with bullets until he stops existing. He looks like he doesn't really enjoy existing anyway, so I feel like I'm doing him a favor.
There is a developer-intended cheese for pretty much every boss in this game. Notably, this is not the one for Uruku. The one for Uruku is to sit up top and just take pot shots at him. But this one is a lot easier. And now we come up to our first favorite power-up and not a save warp.
Yes. Oh, thank you for reminding me that this is not a save warp, because in any percent that is a save warp. This is the lab coat, and as we all know, lab coats give you superpowers.
Facts.
Yeah, that's right? Like lab coats give you, okay. So what this gives me is a whole bunch of damage reduction and also the ability to walk through walls. You've already seen the ability to walk through walls. You haven't really seen the damage reduction yet. We don't strictly speaking need to take this health node, but I want to make sure that this is a good safe run for y'all, so I'm gonna take it, despite the fact that I want to show off. You know, I don't want to show off that much. God forbid something should happen during, I don't know, drone climb, which is coming up soon. But so now we're gonna go ahead and make our way back. Ooh, that was a little spicy. So now is actually another good time for a couple of donations.
I would love to. I have a $15 donation from Stuff is Stuff saying, shout out to SaberaMesia. We love you. Which, true, we do. I also have a $10 donation from Laser Trap saying, I've been addicted to Axiom Verge 2 since it came out and hadn't donated yet, so I felt that this was the perfect time. Thanks for supporting more awesome causes.
Same, by the way.
Do I have time for another? Okay.
Yeah, you have time for one more.
Sounds good.
Really
I
quick.
have a $20 donation from Zalmanar, not donating for a specific game, just donating for a worthy cause as well as a great event. I love watching all the people involved in running the event as well as the runners themselves. Thank you for putting on this great show for a great cause. Good luck to all the runners. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who donated. That little like crane game enemy that I sort of dodged, I was actually trying to slip through the one tile between that enemy and, oh, ouch. Okay, well there goes my fast Dillo cycle, which is fine. I wasn't gonna do it anyway because this is a marathon run, but still. Anyway, squeezing in that one tile is a strat called G squeeze. Bonking on the platform underneath it and then waiting until it starts to go back up is called cheap squeeze. So we got a cheap squeeze this time. That's okay. Everybody loves a good cheap squeeze.
And then this room is a clockwork. If she's absolutely on pattern, she'll beat this boulder here. So very good.
Yeah, so it turns out there are a couple of other things that you can do to optimize the run through that room. That wasn't the fastest possible version of it, but one of them is extremely dangerous. So
And now we have a friend.
Yes, you're supposed to send the drone around somewhere to hit the switch that's on the other side of the room, but it turns out that you can just use coyote time jumps to get up there without bothering to hit the switch, and so that's what we do. I think that one is the one that's called task jump, even though it's actually not used in the task.
Task jump is the one next to that skips getting drone entirely.
That's right.
Like you have to alter the
task
frame
jump.
rate mid-jump to get the physics right.
Right. That's it's such a thing. So you may have noticed that I haven't bothered saving the game over the course of the last almost 17 minutes now. This whole section of the game that we've been going through is called the Gauntlet in No Major Glitches, because you cannot save the game during this at all. I wasn't doing that to go fast. I was doing it because it's a required part of the route. In a little bit, I'm going to pick up an item, and then I'm going to save warp all the way back to the beginning of the game. And if you save anywhere else, then you lose it. We're almost done with the Gauntlet now. There is basically nothing that can go wrong at this point with the amount of health that I have remaining, unless like the game crashes, which please don't do that.
You just had to say it. This game rarely crashes unless we do something very unintended.
A marvel of stability. And six. Welcome back to the beginning of the game. We now have significantly more than we had. Typically, to get back over here to proceed to the next area, we would need to venture back up into Upper Kerr, where we got our drone friend, and kill a big scorpion so that we can get a grappling hook. Because, I mean, it's probably essentially just the scorpion's tail. Like, I assume that that's what the grappling hook is. It's not dropped by the boss. You find it later, but, you know, why not?
It'll explode. It goes places.
It fits. It could be his tech that he just left in that room.
by save warping here, we omit the need to have to collect a grappling hook. And most of what we would like to use the grappling hook for is illegal in No Major Glitches. So we
The
just don't
grappling
bother
hook is
collecting it.
very broken if you ever want to
Yeah.
watch a Yes Major Glitches run.
Now, I want to tell you, we are coming up on an area where it will look like you need to adjust the tuning knob on your TV screen. Everybody has tuning dials on their TV screens, right? Like you have the right kind of TV, but you don't actually need to adjust that. This is a normal part of the video game. I assure you, everything that you are going to be seeing here is completely intended. So just, rest assured that it's all in your head. In a
Are you
manner
going
of
for the
speaking.
telepathy strat in the area boss?
7? Is this 7? I've lost count.
Yes, 7. 7. Sorry, the telepathy strat?
Yeah, the telepathy strat is where you put down the controller and you beat him with your mind.
Oh, no, I won't be going for the telepathy strat. I'll be going for the mind control strat, where I make the boss do exactly what I want him to do. Whoop. So in this area, there are a couple of different ways to manipulate these sentries, which are otherwise can harangue you quite a lot. If you glitch them, that's actually kind of the easiest way to go about this. But you also can just
Stuck in the ceiling.
Just get them stuck in the ceiling. That was not the most clean on that last one, but we're totally fine. I managed to not take any hits from it, which is
Very impressive.
that was a little
have
bit of
primal
a
aspect
safety
levels of
dance.
aim.
Yeah, it's not good. In this room, you're supposed to have a grappling hook to get you through it, but you can just kind of jump. And a whomp, and a whomp, and a whomp. And if you just keep going, if you don't bother to stop, then the faces will never shoot you at an inopportune time. Ooh, we've got sea urchins coming up, or anemones, or whatever the heck these things are.
There's something.
Yeah, and they only appear in this section of the game. Once we're done with this sequence, we never see them again, which thank God, because they're terrible. That was very clean. That was a
Yeah,
good
very
hallucination sequence. So now this is the boss. This is Vision. Called Vision because the boss is not real. This whole thing is a hallucination. Sorry, spoiler alert. But basically, I'm controlling the boss. I'm not controlling Trace. Trace is just automatically doing whatever Trace does. And that poop was a little too early. That's a shame.
You can't see it,
if
but there's a little invisible drone coming out of the left door here that is coming off to drag Trace's unconscious/dead body off. But because we didn't activate those drones, they don't show up in the cutscene. So shoutouts to lore continuity and code.
Yes, I do. And I believe that we are coming up on 8. Is that right? We've already done 7 so far?
Yes.
We did last one was
next
7,
one will be
yeah.
8.
Okay. All right. 8.
8.
So we save warp down here so that we can go get. So the movement power in this area is an upgraded coat. So the thing that I like to say about this is that lab coats, they give you superpowers, but they're not particularly fashionable. So we're gonna go get a coat that's a little bit more dashing. So we're gonna go find ourselves a trench coat, and to find ourselves that trench coat, we're gonna retrace our steps a little bit. See ya? Retrace. We've got all the jokes here. Don't worry about it, folks. And we're just gonna hop, hop, hop. We've been here before. You've seen this before. It looked a little spookier last time, but it's the same general idea. We're gonna go up, 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 and right into this shaft. This used to have a ton of faces in it that spat fireballs at us. They're not here anymore, which is good for us. And we're gonna shoot our drone up here and pick up this coat.
Incredibly clean pill dodge.
Thank you. And
Also,
9.
9.
Yes, 9.
No, 9 means no.
So we have a trench coat now, and like I said, it's a little bit more dashing. Actually, it's a lot more dashing. I'm going to be double tapping a lot from here on out. We're going to be doing almost nothing but dashing as we proceed into one of the most dangerous areas of the game.
Owl City.
Yeah, so this room is called Owl City. It's called Owl City because of these like firefly enemies that sort of look like owl eyes, if I'm remembering correctly.
It's because Owl City made the song Fireflies, and the name of those enemies in the code
I
is
see.
Fireflies.
Right. That was actually a really good Blade Buddy dodge. I call these things Blade Buddies. That's not what they're called. They're called
They're
something
definitely
else.
not your friends.
They're
That much
called
we know.
Blade Vines, but they just want to give you a hug. So I call them Blade Buddies.
And then this is the
yeah.
corruption here is thin enough that you can just go right through it.
Yeah, so that's not a glitch. It's just my normal coat dash goes through 2 tile walls, and that wall happens to be 2 tiles. So despite the fact that it damages me when I touch it, it's still normal operation of whoop.
Yeah, we can still do it during invulnerability frames, and that saves 1 item.
A lot of time.
Yeah, just to
So
backtrack
much.
to get the 1 item to unlock that normally.
All right, if you don't like bees or wasps, I would look away now, because this is a big old trigger warning.
This is one of the bosses that gave a lot of people a lot of trouble casually, and I think you'll find that the way we kill him, you might get some catharsis from it.
Yeah, Uku is one of those bosses that's like extremely hard casual. All the bosses are really hard casual.
I
casually,
mispositioned
but
that. I gotta.
he's basically free in
There we
speedrun
go.
mode. There you go.
Got it.
Look at that.
Good
So
recovery.
he spawns off some little sub wasp that show up, and you corrupt them, and they turn into bombs. And those bombs, fortunately, only take 1 hit to trigger, and they will trigger off of other explosions from other little wasps. So we set them up in just the right way by moving into specific spots there, and then we hose them once Uku's mouth is open and therefore damageable, and then it dies in 1 hit because it's great. Also,
And 10.
10.
10. So now we have a drone teleport, which lets us swap places with our drone, which is good. We like our drone a lot. Our drone also has a nice property. It takes less time than Trace does to go through doors. Nope, wrong way. So we're going to go ahead and use this drone to get to places that we couldn't, this drone teleport, to get to places that we couldn't before. We have to return to Upper Kerr because our drone moves very slowly and we want it to move faster. So we have to go pick up something called the Enhanced Drone Launcher.
While we're backtracking, we could probably do some donations.
Oh yes, that's a good point.
Let's do that. I have a $10 donation from Happy Dog 271 saying, thanks for holding these awesome events and good luck to SaberaMesia. We
Thank you.
have another $10 donation from Stuff is Stuff saying, oh, and thank you for teaching me to respect the sanctity of the lurk. You make me want to learn this game. I won't, but you make me want to. I'll just live vicariously through you. I might have
is, thank you,
another,
Stuff.
unless you...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sounds good. I have a $15 donation from Ghostlad SA, and this is written in code, so this might be butchered really bad. While cause.isgood, open parentheses, close parentheses, open bracket, add funds to cause, open parentheses, close bracket.
Wow, that was a really good rendition of that, actually.
Thank you.
Oh, and the code seemed to have worked, so.
It did.
Yes.
It absolutely did.
It wasn't primordial code, so it's a little bit easier to debug. Now we're navigating through Snowy Kerr. These hedgehogs all deal a lot of damage, so I'm trying to not get hit by them. So we're going to send our drone over here and pick up Enhanced Drone Launcher. What does Enhanced Drone Launcher do?
It lets you throw the drone really, really, really far.
And
Really
also,
fast, too.
yes. That is, oh no, that was wrong.
Oh?
Well, That's okay.
I got too used to Axiom Verge 2 and pressing the same button to recall the drone. It's fine. This is fine. I do
So this
hundo. I
is,
know how to get out of there quickly.
this is the start of our primary speed tech as far as movement goes. So this is called drone swapping. It's the combination of using a dash to impart more momentum onto your drone launch, as well as using enhanced drone launch to get it going very quickly, and then chaining and then canceling the cooldown on drone teleport. When done optimally, this is about 6 inputs in 3/4 of a second, which is a lot easier than it sounds. You hit a rhythm with it. and you can go really, really fast, which is great because Axiom Verge is a game that otherwise doesn't have a concept of momentum for its main character. You're either moving or you're not. So using the dash and the enhanced drone launch, you can impart a lot more speed.
Now, we're coming up on one of the most dangerous rooms of the game, the Sudrin Key.
So the golden sentries here don't do a ton of bump damage, but they do a lot of damage with their lasers, which you are vulnerable to if you are underneath them. Oh gosh.
Ooh, spooky, spooky.
We're fine.
Good recovery, you're good. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got hit. Oh, we got cover. Okay.
We're in it. Okay, so basically, there's a limited number of hits that my drone can take from those, and you want to basically get in here because it doesn't matter how many tiny fragments of health I have left on the drone. If I can get to the key, then I'm... Oh, no.
You did it again.
I did it again. I did it again.
Oh,
Don't make that a
no.
lot scarier.
We're going to wait until our drone recovers some health. We're going to give it all the health that it can possibly have, and then we're just going to sneak out of there with iframes. We're just going to do this, and then that. And that's my recovery on that one.
Oh,
Good
fantastic.
recovery. So yeah,
we're
Axiom
gonna
Verge 2 came out less than a week ago, and we've all been playing it madly. So,
Yes, so I got a little bit, yeah. There is some safety health you can get off of the first sentry in there, and I was debating taking it, but in the end, it's not really easy to get. It's not easy to kill that one. There's a better place to take safety health in the near future. That was kind of dangerous.
ooh, so
That was
this
bold,
is
but you did it.
lots more navigation through these golden
Oh,
sentry.
no. Why did I do that?
I don't know. Why did you do that?
Okay, at least I only took bump damage from them. It's fine, everything's fine. Like I said,
Everything's
everything is fine.
Okay.
Doing great.
I'm not used to recalling.
Those eggs don't count, right?
Yes, the little ones don't count.
Okay.
We're only counting big eggs, and we're up to 10, is that right? That's it, 10, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good news because 11.
Oh, fantastic. So this
we are
room
in
is
Green
called
Heck.
Green Hell. Yeah.
Yes.
Green Heck, sorry. For marathon safety, it's called Green Heck. It only loses a quarter of a second. So there's a lot of things in here that are green. They will heck you. The lime green guys are kind of like Metroids, where they'll just climb onto you and drain your health and never stop until you're dead. And they're really, really hard to dodge, but Sabera did a fantastic job of it. And now she's in the free part where all you have to do is just throw your drone out and you're fine.
Yep.
And now we get the last tech item.
Yes. So now we get our last movement item. Oh, please go ahead.
No, you've got the fun so far. I have no idea what you say about the red coat.
I don't know. It's red coat. I don't have a pun for red coat. It's red and it's a coat.
You
It's
had
more
all of this for the other two coats about how stylish trench coats are, and you got nothing for this very fancy red coat.
We
Right,
could
well,
reuse
red
the
coat is
dashing
just
pun.
so functional. I'm not going to reuse the dashing pun, but also 12. 12.
And this egg has been counted 5 times.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is kind of
wow.
our hub. It's very like central in the map, so it's really really convenient spot that the game gives us an autosave to. We don't even have to take like the 8 seconds to save to it manually.
Yes, I think that's correct.
So we've
Now, here's
skipped
a
a
section
few
that I
story
politely
triggers,
refer to.
but that doesn't matter because the end game sequence unlocks basically when you get red coat.
So this is Ukana climb, that I affectionately refer to it as RSI because you have to do some very, very precise drone swaps there. And through the roof, first try, easy. Look at that.
Yeah,
that is a
easy
lot
game.
harder than it looks.
So now that we're here, we basically have just like amazing movement. Red coat gives you not only a 3-tile dash instead of a 2-tile dash, so that's a 50% increase in dash range. It also gives you insane iframes, which is so good.
We haven't explained the damage per frame yet. Should I?
And yes, it also does damage per frame. So you've seen me dash through drill blocks, but also, Orloth, please.
So there's this funny thing with the damage per frame calculation. It is actually done by computed frames, not rendered frames. So we turn VSync off so that we get more computed frames, and I have no idea what your frame rate is right now. But we can get it to tick where it's intended to tick 60 times per second. It ticks like 1,000 times per second. So red coat does stupid amounts of damage.
Now, red coat doesn't actually get damage ticks that often. There is a little gating on it, but you do get more ticks with higher FPS. So with VSync on, you actually do less damage, which means, unfortunately, console players are out of luck because consoles have forced VSync. Unless you're Falcon, in which case it doesn't matter.
Yeah, unless you're Falcon, your strats are just way too good.
All right, we're going to take another safety health node here. Everybody loves a good safety health node. Everything, so even red coat, brown coat and red coat both improve your damage reduction again. Please. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
And even with that, everything here hits like a truck still. Everything just does tons of damage, so it is very important that I avoid taking damage where possible. It's not always going to be possible, but as much as possible. So this is the hardest boss in the game. This is Zetterhull. And the way that we defeat Zetterhull is by walking out of the room. Bye, Zetterhull.
He's fortunately weak to leaving the room, which makes him the easiest boss fight in the game. In IMB, which is our 100% category, he's the only thing actually capable of killing you by the time you get to this point.
So this is Disco Hell, so named because it has both discos and hell. I am going to go ahead and 13. Take a safety save. And I have actually lost some sound effects.
We actually, about 20 minutes before this run started, discovered the cause of that. So we'll have a patch shortly.
Yes, so I'm missing some sound effects, but this is the final boss, Athetos, and basically the way that you beat Athetos is by destroying his shiny gemstone collection 3 times. So that's one.
And then there's Elsa Nova again. Hi, Elsa Nova. You're looking beautiful.
So the way that we do this, basically, as you can see, is by dashing into this and spamming our drill and kilver at the same time. So we get several different kinds of tick damage all at once. And as Orloth mentioned, we get a boost from not having VSync on. So we are also using the iframes from the coat to do our best to not take damage from these very aggressive sentinel, or they're called beholder sentries, or donuts. Now that was the 3rd gem, so the boss is entering death animation state, but unfortunately we have to wait until Elsa Nova does this gun thing to kill everything, and then now we're safe, but you can actually die in that intervening period.
Time is on Fade to Black, by the way?
Yes, time is on Fade to Black. And time.
Oh my gosh.
GG.
That was an incredibly good run, especially for a marathon. You got a sub 37
to Gauntlet, and then a sub 37.
That was I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty solid run. So the grand total was 13 big eggs. So I will be donating $65 for those 13 big eggs. I hope some of you will join me in donating some amount for our big egg count. I know, Willow, you were planning on doing some of that as well?
Yep.
All right, and thank you to my wonderful commentators, to our host Carrarium for counting with us and being just a generally gracious person, and to all of you for watching, and to Games Done Quick and the Flame Fatales staff for putting on such a wonderful event. Flame Fatales. That does it. That does it for Axiom Verge, any percent, no major glitches. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Make sure to check out Axiom Verge too.
All right, everyone. So that was Axiom Verge. Not my first time seeing that run. All right, so that was Axiom Verge. That is not my first time seeing that run, but it is nonetheless always very entertaining. GG to Sabera, always a very, very wonderful and super thorough explanation of speedruns. I always learn so much from her every time I watch things. Okay, so we have a couple of donations. We have $25 from Scooty to Fruity saying, have to donate during Sabera's run. Can't wait for the Axiom Verge 2 speedruns to show up on GDQ. We had a $25 donation from Lofty saying, egg. And I have a $100 anonymous donation saying, greetings from Thailand. This cause is important now more than ever. Good luck with Axiom Verge. I think there was some pretty good luck involved in there for sure. All right. We will be moving on shortly to the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade run to close off this wonderful day. Do keep in mind, we still have count them, two incentives open for said run. We have the blindfolded dance off. If it is met, It's Your Girl C will do the dance off sequence blindfolded. We are currently at $3,811 towards the $7,000 incentive. So if you want to see this blindfolded dance off, now is your chance. And I highly recommend putting your donations toward that because I really want to see that. That sounds really cool. Do keep in mind, we also have a bid war between taking the stairs and riding the elevator in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Currently, Take the Stairs is up $1,141 to $627.77 for the elevator. So if you want to see the elevator being rid, you should donate towards that as well. Keep in mind that all donations do go towards unlocking our final bonus game, our next bonus game of new Pokemon Snap Any Percent. And yeah, that is going to be it for me today. It has been an absolute honor to host for Flame Fatales 2021. I had a blast and I learned so much about Sonic today. And I also, strangely enough, really want a pair of Knuckles gloves now. So there's that. I will leave with that hanging on my conscience. With that, we'll be seeing Nicole Goodnight taking over for hosting duties past this. And I think that now is a good time as any to switch on over to our prize segment with Scent. So Scent, whenever you're ready, I say take it away.
I am always ready to talk about some of the amazing prizes we have. Welcome back, everyone, to Flame Fatales 2021. Now, while you're getting those donations in for that blindfolded dance-off, you're also getting entered into a chance to win some of the amazing prizes that we have on offer today, and I really want to tell you about some of them. So first off, for a $5 minimum donation. All you need to donate is at least $5 today. You're going to get entered in to win into a copy of Legends of Localization Volume 1 Zelda from the Legends of Localization team. It's a super cool book detailing the localization and translation of The Legend of Zelda, both the original game and a bit of the series. I actually wanted to pop open my copy here and talk about a specific passage that Clyde Mado, Mandolin, the author, kind of really goes into. Now, when we think about Ganon's minions from the Zelda series, we often think about the moblins. I'm sure you're imagining them right now, those pig or sometimes dog-faced, spear-wielding, shield-having monsters that impede Link's progress in just about every game. Well, funnily enough, in the first two Legend of Zelda games, they weren't moblins. They were molbins with the L before the B. No one's really sure when they started being called moblins, although Mado does note that the Zelda cartoon from the early 90s officially calls them moblins, and then moving forward from that, A Link to the Past calls them moblins in the game as well as in the manual. So it's kind of curious. Well, which one of those is correct? Did the incorrect name kind of take precedent? And interestingly enough, if you transcribe the Japanese name, it literally translates as Moriburin, which is pretty much assuredly a combination of the word mori, which means forest, and the word guburin, which means goblin. It means goblin. So absolutely no ambiguity there. They are forest goblins. Although here, they became known as the moblins. And while that name might not be perfectly accurate, it's just a really cool example of how, a translation of a localization can stick with a franchise forever. There's tons of more interesting facts just like that in this book. Only $5 minimum donation. You could win a copy. Get those donations in for sure. We also have a set of lovely Sonic-themed iron-on patches from our friend Wolf Shadow. They look great. You get a set of 3, a Sonic head, a Tails head, and a Knuckles head, so you can represent your favorite member of the original Sonic crew. Iron them onto your shirts, iron them onto your pants, iron them onto your walls. I'm not your mom. I'm not going to tell you where you can iron them and where you can't iron them. Put them where you'd like. They're absolutely beautiful. You can see a lovely picture of them over at gamesdonequick.com. Check out the prize page. It's all there. And thank you so much to Wolf Shadow for sending them out to us. Again, only a $5 minimum donation. And every dollar counts, every dollar matters. So thank you all so much for donating. Now, for a $10 minimum donation, we have some really cool prizes as well. First off, from House of Pocket Taku, we have a set of 4 lovely Final Fantasy plush buddies here. They are adorable, felt-covered beanbag characters of the Final Fantasy VII cast. Of course, we have Aerith or Aerith, depending on your preference and generation. We've got Barrett, the man with the machine gun. We've, of course, got Red 13, everyone's favorite doggo friend. And we have Sans Undertale, the most important Final Fantasy character. I'm not going to get off this joke. I am going to continue to make it because I just love that there was a Sans Undertale thrown in for no reason other than, hey, why not? Everyone loves Sans. $10 minimum donation. You get the full set of 4. Thank you so much to House of Pocket Toku for sending those out to us. And from Kinda Nerdy Housewife, also for a $10 minimum donation, we have a set of 6 absolutely lovely Final Fantasy themed perlers. You, of course, get the Fighter, the Red Mage, the White Mage, the Thief, the Monk, and the Black Mage. Everything you need to make yourself a Final Fantasy I party of your choice, with no duplicates, of course. If you want duplicates, might be a little bit hard. Might have to talk to Kinda Nerdy Housewife about getting some more perlers. But these things are absolutely beautiful. You can tell from a distance here that the melts on them are incredibly smooth. They look absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for sending them out to us. And again, only a $10 minimum donation to get entered into winning that perler. Set of 6. How could you not like that? Only $10. Also, for a $10 minimum donation from Artsy Robot, we have this absolutely beautiful Aloy print from Horizon Zero Dawn. Unfortunately, the physical print did not make it here in time for the event, but beautiful picture of it regardless. You can see a larger version of it on the tracker as well. Absolutely love the shading in it. Absolutely love the detail into it. It is beautiful. Thank you so much to Artsy Robots for sending that out to us. And again, only a $10 minimum donation. That's all you got to donate to be entered into all of the amazing prizes I've talked about so far. But there's more. Of course, there's more. There are so many great prizes, like this beautiful holographic Metroid Dread print sent to us by Vats of Goop. It is so cool. You can see it sparkling under all of the studio lights we have right now. That's the holographic finish to the print. The print itself is, of course, Samus walking down a hallway bathed in red light with one of the, I'm going to call them the hunter robots from Metroid Dread stalking her from the rafters, almost like a xenomorph from Aliens versus Predators. I'm super hyped for this game. I love how well Vats of Goop has captured the atmosphere we saw in the trailer in this poster. Super cool. You could have one $15 minimum donation. Thank you so much to Vats of Goop for providing that. Now, from our friend here, having a little bit of trouble with it, Mecha Momo, we have this absolutely adorable Sonic Adventure 2 battle poster. I love the characters in this. I love the personality in this. You could just see it. Sonic and Shadow with that friendly rivalry. Sonic kind of thinks it's friendly. Shadow's kind of gruff and mean. Tails is just happy to be here. Knuckles is looking smug. Everyone is here. Everyone is just exuding personality. I don't know how you can capture it this well in a 2D medium. It's beautiful. $20 minimum donation, and we have a pair of posters to give away. Thank you so much to Mecha Momo for sending those out to us. Also, for a $20 minimum donation, from our friend and runner of Cat Quest, Elijah, we have this beautiful Cat Quest cross stitch. It's a beautiful Cat Quest cross stitch. I have nothing to say about this other than, I mean, come on. Look at it. It's amazing. Yeah, this is a framed cross stitch. I know. It doesn't look like it. It looks like a print on kind of a rough canvas. It's not. These are all individual stitches. I'm going to start counting them here. 1, 2, 3, way too many. This kind of handcrafted work takes so much time and so much patience and so much dedication. Huge shout outs to Elijah for not only running the amazing Cat Quest game in the marathon, you should check that out if you missed it live, but also for donating this absolutely beautiful Cat Quest cross stitch. $20 minimum donation any point today, just to make sure to get those donations in today. Now for a $25 minimum donation, we have an amazing GT Omega Element chair. And I've said a few times, you know, I'm sitting in one myself. And, you know, I kind of realized, you could say anything on camera. Like, how do people know that's real? Well, I was going to bring the chair down here to prove it. And then I remembered I'm surrounded by about 6 full-size studio lights because apparently my house is, like, invisible without them. So I brought down the pillow. But seriously, this chair is a very, very comfortable chair. It's got, you know, very nice reinforced leather on the seat. It's got some suede wings on the back. Retails for like $330. It's a luxurious chair for you to sit in while you're working, while you're playing video games, while you're just relaxing, doing whatever it is you like to do. And it could be yours for only a $25 minimum donation. Thank you so much to our friends over at GT Omega for making that possible and for giving us a couple of chairs to give out to all of you. Now, of course, while I'm talking about prizes, I gotta talk about the grand prize. We gotta talk about it because it's a PlayStation 5. And the best part about having to talk about it is I don't have to talk about it because, I mean, come on. It's a PlayStation 5. How could you not want to win it? People have been trying to get them for months. There are Discord servers set up solely to ping people when they're available on websites. There are Skype groups available to try and get your hands on a PS5. You know something is in demand if people are using Skype to try and get it. Let me tell you that right there. It could be yours for $100 cumulatively throughout the week. So get in $25 right now to get into everything I've talked about and more. There are so many great prizes, like a Sega Genesis Mini from the Stevens family, like those beautiful Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles patches that I talked about. You gotta check out all of them over at the website. Get in $25 tomorrow, get in $50 on Saturday, and that is going to be enough by itself to get you entered into our amazing grand prize, that PlayStation 5. Now, that's going to be all the time I have. But again, as always, if you're curious, if you're just tuning into the stream, if you're not sure what's going on, you want to head over to GamesDoneQuick.com because GamesDoneQuick.com has everything you need. It's got the stream already, as well as the virtual crowd with Velocity and all of Velocity's cool Velociraptor friends reacting to the emotes that are going out in chat. It's got the schedule, so you can see all of the amazing games coming up tomorrow. Only one more game coming up tonight in Final Fantasy VII, but it is a doozy of a game. You definitely don't want to miss it. It's got all of the incentives. You can see how they're doing. You can see what you can put your money towards, because remember, you don't got to donate specifically for the prizes. You can put those towards incentives like that blindfolded dance battle in Final Fantasy VII. And of course, it's got all of the prizes that you can donate to be entered into a chance to win, not just for today, but throughout the entire marathon. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. I believe Flame Fatales will be back after a short break, so take a minute, stretch it out, get some water, get some snacks, but don't go too far because Final Fantasy VII Remake, amazing speedrun. You do not want to miss a second of it. Stay tuned.
As far as the dance off goes, we are $4,079 out of $7,000. We only have $2,921 to go. Chat, I believe we can do it. We're only 2 hours off before we have to get that met, and I think it can be done. So if you want to see the blindfolded dance off, go ahead and put in your donations towards that incentive. And with that, we are actually all ready for the next run. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to It's Your Girl C with Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, any percent, new game plus, easy.